Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Bravo. We're black and we got some black royalty in the house, period. We have Lake Rucker from Southern Hospitality, and I am so happy that she's here. You know that I have been talking about Southern Hospitality since I caught on to you guys, I believe, season two, like in the middle of season two. So I was able to binge
Mhm.
some things and you weren't there yet. So I'm like, I gotta see what's going on. And you finally
Yes,
came on, and now we are what? Like, we have a freaking non-Clubhouse reunion, so I'm, like,
yes.
so
We're
proud,
legit
so
now, we're
excited.
legit.
Hell yeah, like, so proud of you guys, so
Thank
excited
you.
to see it. You guys literally already filmed it, like, things are going down. First of all, I just wanna ask you, how you doing?
I'm okay, just learning, living life, trying to learn from my mistakes and grow from them and be the person who I've always been, creative, sensitive, free spirit. Um, but I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm traveling, I'm working all the time, living the
Yes.
best life.
That's such a positive thing, and I just wanna say that you mean a lot to Black women who don't really see the side of Black people who have, like, generational wealth in addition to also being able to kinda, like, be yourself on TV. It's good to see that, like, listen, you come from money, like, and you should be proud of that because when it happens with a white woman or a white man, it's just like, "Okay, that's good," or whatever, but we don't really get to see when you guys had that trip to your house on the last season, it was like, "Wow, amazing." You know, when we get to see your dad, "Wow, amazing." Your mom,
Yes.
"Wow, amazing." Like, it's just so good to see that, and then on top of that, you're open about, not just your history and, you know, you are y'all say comfortable. You are comfortable, but it's also being able to see you talk about and actually move in your sexuality, which is obviously hard to be a queer person on TV in general, but especially a queer Black woman. So thank you for showing these things that we really don't get into and we are having these real stories.
Of course, and thank you so much for having me. It's having this platform, being able to share my experiences is a beautiful thing, and I wanna be there to help others in my situation and to just be there for people, and, I'm happy to be talking to you again. I think it's beautiful having these conversations, setting things straight, and, I'm learning and growing just like any other 23-year-old, and I'm happy to be a part of a blessed family, and I'm happy to have parents that love and care about me, and, I'm happy in my own skin and my sexuality and being a Black, strong woman who wants to embrace herself and wants to love who she loves and share my story. I'm just happy to be a part of it all. Incredibly, incredibly blessed.
Yes, I love just seeing your story. I love when you bring things up. I love when girl, I never know what's gonna happen with you, what I'm gonna find out with you, whether it's
Oh god.
positive, negative, in between. It's just like,
Oh
wow,
god.
there's so much that lake, you know, like is a part of. I love seeing that you're at Alfred and Lou, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
because
yes.
you're putting that art degree to good use. Like people are
Yes,
and
ma'am.
and I keep talking about like the humanities are so important. It's literally called the humanities because it's what makes us human. And with the era of AI, obviously it can help certain people, it can hinder certain people, it can put people out of jobs, but it can help people with their job.
Mhm. I
But
wish I had AI in college. 'Cause
right?
like, I mean, I had to read the book. I had to read the
Yes.
book. I had to get the schoolwork done, and, like, it's beautiful that my classes that I had, my art classes, you couldn't use AI, or if you were using AI, it would be in sort of, like, experiment with art,
What
and
exact degree do you have? Because you said it on the show.
so, studio art and art history, and I also studied music, so it's like a triple.
Triple threat, child. She's
Triple
talented.
threat. I've been studying music for a long time. I played classical piano from age 4 up until 18, and then I studied music composition and, transcription and, like, transcribing different artists, mostly classical because I grew up with the classical background. When it came to art, I've always loved to create mixed media pieces, and loved learning about it. I think I'm developing more of my art history background this season more than ever, and in the future, I wanna use more of my art history knowledge to better my career with curatorial work or gallery work and that sorts.
Well, yeah, yeah, and you're putting it to use, and obviously you are seeing like what you like, what you don't like, what you can do, what's easier to
Yes.
do. Like you're it's so good to see you exploring
Thank
that and
you.
putting
Thank
this
you.
degree to work because people who go and they get certain degrees, it's like, oh, what are you gonna do with the art history degree? It's kind of like
Yeah. My father asked that very same question. He's like, "You gonna do art law?" Like, no friends,
you
no,
never
no.
know. You never know. What exactly is studio art, though?
Say that again?
What
Sorry.
exactly is studio art?
So studio art is stuff that you do in the studio, like artwork that you do in the studio, whether it's drawing, sculpture, painting, ceramics. It's just the craft making behind it all rather than the history behind it all. And you learn a little bit more about techniques, what brush strokes you use, what brushes to use, what paints to use, what mediums, and how to use it. That's more studio art. And a lot of people kind of mix studio art and art history because art history is mostly just learning about the background of it, the founders of art, the people that created the pieces, and it's a little bit about like what mediums they're using and how they use it, but it's less of the um tangible doing it, more of
Right.
the learning about it. And so I love both, but, both are I'm passionate about both.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that's
as
what
you
studio
should
art is
be.
versus art history.
I mean, you gotta know your history in order to be a good
Oh, yes.
artist, you know?
Yes, yes,
So I wanna play a little not a game, but just like a quiz with you because I took an art history class a long
oh
that was
god, oh
few years
god.
ago. No, no, it's not gonna be hard, it's just you choosing a favorite.
Oh,
But, like,
okay.
I took an art history class, and they made us go to because I live in South Florida, and I didn't
Mhm.
even know anything about Art Basel, but
Oh,
in the art history class, one of our assignments for extra credit was to actually go to Art Basel, and
that's
once
beautiful.
yeah, and I
I was
actually
there this December.
oh my are you coming back this year?
I want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
child, let me know, like, you need to have an installation there or something,
Yeah.
painting with a twist or
One day,
something.
one day,
Yeah.
one day, maybe a curatorial work.
Yeah, and I also love, like, in movie and has nothing to do with anything, but in movies, when women or people in general have, like, a job in art and just like Charlotte on Sex and the City, like, that is just so
Yeah.
cool to me, and it's like, I can't do anything with art, like, I can't make art, but I did take that art history class. I did go to a performing arts elementary school, it was kinda like Victoria's, like, you had a major
Oh,
and a
I love
minor.
that.
Yeah, you had a major and a minor, so your minor was Monday and Tuesday, and your major was Wednesday, Thursday,
That's
Friday.
so tea. Did you get a locker?
Yes, because my minor was ballet, and then my major was art, and
Oh,
I don't even know who let me choose that, but it was elementary school, so that's when you can't say, "Oh, this is
yeah.
ugly, this is
The
anything."
more you know, the more you learn. I love that.
Exactly. So, I, um I just love it so much, like, I love museums, I love the arts, I love plays,
Mhm.
I love ballets, I love all that, like, fuck Timmy Chalet, like, this is what
Yes.
keeps it going, opera, like, all that
Keep
good stuff.
art alive. Keep art
Art
alive.
alive, and I do have a partnership with the Broward Center for the Performing Arts where, they me and Aaron, my co-hosting partner, he's at his real job now, you know how it is, child,
Mhm.
when you do when you do stuff like podcasting or art or whatever, you have different, like, but
Yeah.
he has like a
You have
real
money
job.
making, and then you have, like,
Yeah.
passion.
Exactly. This is my passion. I'm trying to turn it into more of a money-making side, but I
Mhm.
love doing this. But anyways, I have a partner we have a partnership with them, and we just saw Hairspray
Oh my
on
god.
this it was so good. And then we also
I love
saw
Hairspray.
yeah, I was like, "Where's Zac Efron, child?" But he wasn't there. Um,
I love the play, and when I was 5 years old, I got the DVD tape. I got that and Dreamgirls.
oh my that is
And I was 5 years old knowing the whole entire soundtrack of both, and I was like, "That's how you know a theater kid was born."
diva. Like, it's so good, and we also went to, like, The Office. They have this parody,
Mhm.
play going where you when we accidentally became a part of the play, it was hilarious, but I didn't know it was
Mhm.
like that. It's like improv stuff. So I'm just like, "Oh, this is so, like, important." So shout out to the Broward Center. But, okay,
Yes.
so as an art girly, I wanna know what is your favorite medium?
I love mixed media, but, oil paints have always been a passion of mine. I love mixing, I love color theory, and I think oil gives a good base on that, and I like, mixed media when it comes to mixed media, I like specializing in paper mache mixed with, oil paints. I think it creates a cool texture on canvas that like, this cool bumpy texture, I don't know, I like it a lot, so probably paper mache and oil paints.
For me, I'm gonna go sculptures. Even though I don't have a
Sure.
dog in this fight, I just feel like if I could do anything, I would be a sculpture girly. But mixed
Mhm.
media is so dope too. Okay, so what was your favorite era?
My favorite era, honestly, I love impressionism. I love impressionistic work. I love French impressionism. When I was, studying abroad in France, I studied at a school in Aix-en-Provence, Marchute School of Art, and, they kind of specialized on French impressionism and artists of that time. And I just love the movement, and I love how you can take a landscape or a moving um, live work and turn it into something that has breath and has brushstrokes and beauty behind it and a story behind it, so I love impressionism.
That is beautiful, and I love how you described it. I'm a Baroque girly, even though
Okay.
I don't really know what it is. I just know I like saying it, and I know that when
Okay.
I see a Baroque painting, I'm like, "That's Baroque." Like
Period.
okay,
Period.
my last art question is, who is your favorite artist?
Ugh, my
Just
favorite
pick
artist
one.
My favorite artist changes all the time. Oh my gosh. Um, I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard because I wanna say somebody that, like, specializes in impressionism because I said that was, like, my favorite period, but
Don't
then
have to, it's no
I'm
politics
like
to it. It's like, what are you feeling right now? Like, who's
my era right now has been a lot of Georgia O'Keeffe. I love, like, flowers, femininity, and, kind of like breath in the brush stroke and how she paints, um, on that like, the work of a flower. I don't know,
that's
'cause, like,
you
it's
that's
so
beautiful.
simple, but it's so depth filled at the same time, and so I love a lot of the pieces,
To
you
be
know?
able to capture those things is very, very special, so I love
Mhm.
that. Okay, and what would be like I'm asking because I know that, like, my best friend who I bring she went with me to BravoCon, she's learned how to do my makeup, but, like, she has no not no connections, but basically she's starting from, like, ground zero, and she's so good, like, she can do oil painting, she can do, like,
Yeah.
graphic designing, she can edit, she can do all that. What is your advice to someone who's starting from ground zero, like, how
Find
to
an
get
internship.
commission? Oh, okay.
Find an internship. I think when I was working for Studio Museum in Harlem, that internship taught me so much more behind, like, the art behind the art piece and bringing it all together, and it taught me about myself, it taught me about how to put things together, how to like, the business side of art, because in order to kind of monetize yourself and bring yourself to a successful level of art, you have to, learn about the business side, learn about the money-making side, and so internships, those are worth it. Even if it's unpaid, take the internship. Take it.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that was our art portion. Obviously,
Yeah.
you guys want some juicy stuff, so I'm gonna give it to you straight
Oh,
up.
I'm ready.
Who are you dating right now?
Oh, um,
Are you in a relationship?
I wouldn't say I'm in a relationship, but I have
Mhm.
talking to people.
You talking to people? All right, all right, all
Mhm.
right. What is the timeline from when you kiss Brad to Brad and Julia being a thing?
I think, which I'm so happy for Brad and Julia. I think that they're a
I
beautiful
love them
couple.
together.
Yeah, they're a beautiful couple. They highlight each other. They're amazing together. I'm so happy for them. I think, if I'm being honest, I think the timeline was we were in Vegas in July of 2024, and they started dating maybe like a week and a half after that. And so I really don't know, but we also weren't, like, exclusive and they weren't exclusive, so there's no fault there in that, you know?
There's no overlap,
There
so
was no overlap.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Girl, where does this beef with Mia come from? Because that's what we are doing. We are so confused. It's like I'm going to bat about Lake. I was crying with you because obviously, like I just felt bad when with the whole
Yeah.
thing with Michaels, which we'll get to later. But
Yeah.
then it's just like you just seem so hell bent on like faulting Mia when it's like, yo, this man is out here, he's with Charlie now, like, he's not even with Jordyn. Like, can
Okay.
you explain to me why you seem to be so passionate against Mia personally, and also, like, why did you, like, keep it up when she was kinda, like, walking away?
So, with Mia, it's um, um,
You don't have to
Mia
get too far into it, but just,
so
like, that's what we're confused about because it just is,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all this, like, you know,
Yeah, I
passion.
used to look up to Mia. I used to look to her for advice. You know, she came to my house before we started filming her and Michael's. We were close. I love Mia, and I think that she's a beautiful, strong woman. And I think that my reactions were a response to her actions. There was multiple scenarios where she was talking down to me, calling me immature, calling me emotional, and it wasn't in a loving way, it was in sort of a degrading way, and it was just chipping away at something in me that came out that I'm not exactly proud of. I'm actually embarrassed to say by some of the things that went down, like my reaction at emo night. I'm still learning, and you know, I'll say this, I'm learning and the audience is seeing that in real time, and the public gets to see my mistakes in real time, and hopefully you guys will also get to see my growth with that as well in the seasons to come. But I don't regret defending my friend Jordyn. Jordyn and Mia were friends. I know she doesn't like to say that they were, but they were. We went on a trip to Vegas together, we went on trips together, we hung out together. Mia even expressed to Jordyn that she would never go on a date with Justin, then she went on a date with him, and Justin is downplaying that relationship between him and Jordyn. They basically lived together for a time, and she cared about him, and seeing my friend that hurt who didn't get a voice to speak on it. She doesn't get confessionals. She doesn't get the screen time that we get because she's not a main cast member. And so you don't really get to see her side of things. And so it was kind of like me against two, kind of me defending Jordyn, but then I'm against actually three, Molly, Mia, and Justin. And so it was kind of it was like I'm just trying to just defend my friend here, and I wish I would have done it in different ways, but I'm also trying to navigate certain situations in this friend group and voice my opinion without it being overshadowed. And when it comes to Mia, and it comes to our personal relationship away from the Justin and Jordyn situation, it was the fact of her speaking down to me multiple times, calling me like name calling me, and it hurt my feelings. I'm a very emotional person, I'm very sensitive as well. I'm not very argumentative at all, and so this built up made me react in a way that I'm not proud of, but I don't regret standing up for myself either. And, in the reunion, you'll see that there was a scenario that happened the night before emo night that really ticked something inside of me that happened between me and Mia that made me react in the way that I did. It wasn't just out of the blue, nowhere, it wasn't just me being mad at Mia because she kissed Justin or because she went on a date with Justin when that wasn't the only case. I'm also defending my friend. I'm defending myself on the words that she said about me, and I'm defending myself on certain circumstances that me and her went through. We hung out the night before emo night and something went down that wasn't shown and I wasn't happy about it. And so then having a conversation at Joe's birthday, I didn't want to have that conversation and they were pushing and pushing and pushing to have this conversation when all I wanted to do was just have fun with my friends and celebrate my friend's birthday. But it got taken to a level of where we were going back and forth at it. And, you know, I I haven't spoken to Mia since the reunion, but I'm hopeful that we can get to a better place. 'Cause I did voice all of my opinions, I got all my venting out, and I hope that we can get to a better place in the future, but I don't regret sticking up for my friend or myself.
Okay. So
That was a lot, that was a lot.
no, I asked. Like I would rather people just like say what's on their chest than to kind of like beat around the bush and like keep it cute because people
Mhm.
are really like Summer House is taking the lead right now, but there's a lot going on in Southern Hospitality too.
Yeah, yeah, and it's disheartening to hear kind of certain I try not to pay attention to the comments and the feedback, but obviously, like,
You're human. It gets
Popularity votes Team Mia, and they think that I'm just going against another person of color, like, how they thought about the Brad situation, and they think that I'm just going against another person of color, but what people don't know is that Jordyn is also Black. Like, Jordan's Black, and so it's not like I'm choosing the white girl, you know what I mean? It's not like that at all. It was me defending my friend, and I saw my friend was hurt, and so I was defending her, and I was being the loyal person that I am, and it's me defending myself against stuff that wasn't necessarily shown, like actions that weren't shown by Mia, but that's okay, I stand by it. I stand by it. I do wish I would have reacted differently on my communication towards that, but I stand by the words that I said.
Yeah, I think that it's not just that, it's like person on color, which is, I guess, another level to it. It was more like, okay, now, which we'll get into just before we quickly end this, um, we're seeing you be friends with Emmy, who is having her worst season yet, and
Yeah.
then also it's like, we saw I'm sorry, but your mama that I love that lady. Like,
I love her too.
I love
She's a real one,
we
she's
both
a
love your
real one.
mom.
She
Listen,
is a
your
real
mom
one.
has so many
Yes.
fans right now. It's just
My
like
mom is iconic.
your
She's
mom was
iconic.
so iconic. I do wanna know what you were thinking in your head when she was like, "Listen,
Yeah,
them white people is not your friend," because I know if I woulda called my mom and told her exactly what I did and what you did, she woulda literally reacted the same way. So that's why I'm like, "Shit, Jordan, like, do not call your mom because your mom is gonna chew your ass out because
yeah,
there's a Bella, there's an Ella, and then obviously there's Emmy in this whole thing. And it's like, do you think my mom is always like, do you think you like white people your friends? Like, please keep it within, especially when it's
yeah,
something as sensitive as what
yeah,
was happening. And then,
yeah,
but then I'm like, she has to call her mom, y'all, because at this point, I need my mom. I need to hear her voice. I need to tell her what's going on. So it's like, it
yeah.
was so relatable that I'm like, although she ate you up, I just saw
Relatable.
myself in you because it's like, I gotta call my mom, guys, and I know that she's gonna cuss me out, but I need to hear her voice because I'm alone right now. And as much as she's gonna cuss me out, she's also
She
gonna
gonna
be
love me
on my side.
regardless.
Exactly. How
Yeah.
did your mom does your mom
So
know how people reacted to
yeah,
that
yeah.
moment?
Let me take you back to Folly, right? So In folly, going into that conversation, going into that dinner table, we all made like we all made an agreement that we were gonna let 2 people work out their problems. And in that scenario, it was Brad and Emmy. We weren't supposed to be talking, we weren't supposed to be voicing our opinions. We were supposed to just let them work it out. Then Emmy made the microaggressive comment. Michaels calls that out. I co-signed, which in that moment I regret not doing more, but I also was kind of trying to follow the rule of letting them to work it out. But I do wish I would have spoken more on that. And I said that in my conversation with Brad. And I also want to make clear that from that moment, I do not condone what Emmy did or how she did it. I'm not complacent in it. I am not, I'm 100% not. And I made that clear to her and I spoke to her, but I'm also somebody that wants people to learn from their mistakes. Emmy made a lot of mistakes this season, so did I, and I hope that she's learning and I'm an educator. I wanna educate people on what is right and wrong. That is how they learn and improve themselves, and I think she truly did that at the reunion. She took accountability. It's disheartening to see how long it took her to get to that level, but there is just a learning process that, people have different learning processes, and it frustrated me, but I also wanna make clear that I wasn't complacent in it. I wasn't defending her in that moment. I was defending the fact of the matter that it was wrong what she said. It was wrong, and I wanna make that clear. And me going outside to talk to her in that moment, it was me just trying to stop her from crying. I'm a sympathetic, sensitive person. I don't wanna see anybody ever cry, let alone somebody that I would call my friend. And so I didn't wanna see her cry, and so I was trying to calm her down in that moment. Um, Fast forward to Edisto, I 110% regret telling Ella about that situation. I think when I had the conversation with Michaels about how Brad felt, that was a Wednesday. We went into work that Thursday. I had that conversation with Brad that Thursday. It was one day time, and I was just trying to navigate my words and trying to figure out how to get everything I wanted to get out in one piece without it being a word salad, without him feeling like I wasn't there for him, so I was just trying to figure out everything. Ella is not a part of this show. You see her for 2 seconds. She's not a part of it. Do I regret confiding in her? 110% because what my mom taught me in that phone call is that she doesn't have the same lived experiences as me, Brad, and Michaels do. She doesn't live those same experiences as Black people do in America. She is a white woman with white privilege. And so I needed to hear that out of my mom's mouth. She needed to remind me of that. That's something that I've always known, something that I've experienced my whole life, being 23, Black woman in America, Black lesbian in America. And so she needed to remind me of that, so I'm so grateful for my mom. I'm so grateful for her,
Love
like, I love her so much, you don't even know, like, she is just a beautiful human and kind and loving, and she was giving me that tough love that I needed in that moment, and, yeah, I have regrets, and I'm embarrassed how that went down. I wish I would have said more at Folly. I wish I would have said more than the "yeah," but, I also was kind of following the table rule,
You're
but
trying to
but
let
this is
them
the
hash
moment
it
to.
out in their situation,
Yeah.
and you guys
Yeah.
also had that agreement, so that's understandable. But what are you thinking when you see Emmy, like, in the most recent episode, kinda telling everyone around town that it evolved from, "I was scared," or whatever, to, like, "I was naked and afraid in my shower," which, like, it kinda went
It
a
frustrates
a
me.
different level.
It frustrates me. It frustrates me. I think that, you also see in when we Michaels and Emmy have a conversation of like why he's keeping his distance and why he's angry with her. It's because of this like she tends to have a listening problem and she won't listen to others. It's kind of like she's overshadowed in her own mind. Like she's just like
Yeah.
she's spiraling in her own mind and you know it's really It frustrates me. It
Yeah.
frustrates me
Did you
because
ever get to, like, kinda pull her to the side, or will we see
yeah, I did that
her?
multiple times. I did
So
that
you
multiple
did.
times
That's what
throughout
I
the
wanted to know. Like,
season.
have you ever
I
said,
had
"Girl, you look
multiple conver
crazy"?
I had multiple conversations with her
Okay.
on text message, on phone call, on in person. It just didn't get captured on camera, and you know, or didn't get played out on camera, and that's fine.
No, that's so important, and that's good to know because I'm like, it just looks like you're
it looks like
defending
I'm
Emmy
like, yeah,
after
I
the
wasn't.
fact that you said that you don't go for this shit, and it's like you're going for this shit, but we don't get to see the
I
parts
wasn't.
where, yes, that's my friend, but I also checked her, and I'm so glad that I got to ask you and you got to tell your part of the story because that is really important, especially because you addressed this head on, and it was like, no, I'm not going for this
Yeah,
shit,
like,
especially because we
the
see your mom is like, girl, no,
the
absolutely
woman
not.
that my mother and my
Right.
father raised me to be, the show has seen my father, have seen my mother. You think that they would raise me to be complacent in something like this?
Absolutely not, especially
No,
on camera, like,
no,
absolutely
no,
not.
no, 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 no.
No.
And so I wanna set that straight that I do not condone those actions at all. Do I feel like people, make mistakes and need to learn from them, and I wanted to take that upon myself to educate?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I don't think that there was anything wrong in me doing so.
I totally understand that, and I really appreciate you for coming on the podcast and, like, answering literally, like, every question because I know that you might go online and you see all this backlash, and even I was looking at
Yeah.
you crazy, but I understand now that there's so many things that are edited out that we don't see. I love seeing your story, like, as a Black woman, as literally a young person finding themselves, as an
Yeah,
artist, as literally a queer person, so, like, just know that no matter, like, what is said, it's literally coming from what we see on TV, and,
yeah,
like, we just support see, we support all the Black people on here, so I
yes,
had to have
yes,
you talk about this, and thank you so
yes, yes.
much. The
It's been
last thing
tough, it's been tough. The comments are not in my favor, they're
no,
calling me all
don't
sorts
just
of
don't go
names.
online. Don't go online. Go make some art, okay? Go
Yeah, yeah.
go do a painting and a twist and at Alfred and Blue, like, that was so cute. I love that idea. I love what you do. I'm a big fan of, like,
No.
just your journey, and you're a great addition to the cast. So and we also had an emo night, so that was really real fun.
Yeah,
But thank you so much for coming on. Can you leave me with a teaser for the reunion? Something juicy, but won't get you in trouble. No,
um, hmm, a teaser for the reunion.
yeah, is there gonna be someone who surprises us? Is there a space that we should watch? Is there
I think
someone
that
Go ahead.
I think that there was a lot of surprises. There was a lot of surprises. I'm trying to like, that moment, it was all like a blur, like like, we're sitting there for hours, y'all, hours, and, little to no pee breaks, but, like,
It's all worth
what
it.
I can tease about it is that, um, you know, afterwards, we did all go out together,
Oh, see? Like a big
you know?
happy family,
Yeah,
like,
you know?
argue, get through some
Yeah.
things, and then
Only 3 of us weren't there,
ooh,
but
okay, we'll keep our
and you guys can figure out which 3, but
keep our eye on that. Okay, well, Lake, thank you so much for coming on. You guys definitely follow Lake. I'm gonna put all her socials, support
yeah,
whatever she's doing, like, comment, engage, and
thank
also give
you.
her a chance, to learn and to grow. And at the end of the day, we know she's not going for that shit because we heard her mama on the phone. Period.
Yes,
So that's it. Thank you for listening and thank you for coming on. Bye, guys.
of course, thank you for having me.